I'm going to show you how you can leverage your existing engineering assets and empower your people by creating training and evaluation modules in 3D PACT. Rather than an elaborate explanation of what 3D PACT is, I'm just going to show you an example of a training module being executed in evaluation mode. What you will see is a trainee being evaluated on tasks that he must perform on the plant within the near future. So here you can see your trainee's avatar, which of course he needs to dress up and equip correctly for the task to be performed. During an evaluation, a trainee is presented with objectives, and those are continuously listed in the top left-hand corner of the screen. The trainee can switch between third and first person view at any stage during an evaluation. There is an action panel at the bottom right-hand corner, which is where the trainee has to select actions and tools, and can then apply those actions to any equipment on the plant. You can see that he has started the pump, and the visualization on the pump changes accordingly. Also in the outlet pipe from the pump, you can see something is happening and the pump is running. The next action is to open the outlet valve to put the system into service. The compass at the bottom middle will always point to the next piece of equipment that is relevant for the objectives or actions at hand. You can also insert questions that the trainee need to answer to ensure that he knows more detailed information about the task at hand. There is a message panel at the bottom left hand of the screen where the trainee gets continuous feedback on how he is performing in the evaluation. On this tank you will see there is augmented reality to visualize the level and fluid in the tank. This training module is connected to a simulation of the process, which causes the plant to react realistically and also give the trainee insight into what is happening inside the process and how it works. The next objective in this evaluation is a vibration monitoring task. And you will see here that the trainee selects the correct action, and then he also needs to select the correct piece of equipment to do the vibration monitoring on. He must also indicate where on the equipment the monitoring will be done. Here you see a person standing and welding without a welding mask. This is typically something that the trainee needs to point out as being dangerous or unacceptable behavior while he is busy with his normal tasks. There is a score at the top right of the screen, which accumulates as the trainee goes through the evaluation. There you can also see if he is doing well and how he is progressing. You can combine tasks or different types of tasks for an objective. As is in this case, he has to inspect the coupling, but first has to remove the coupling housing. So once he removes the housing, it will disappear in order for him to gain access to the equipment underneath. We also added some more questions here to test the trainee's knowledge of safety procedures relating to this task. The last section of this example is the log out or tag out procedure, where he needs to take the pump and the tank out of service and isolate it for maintenance to be done. The advantage of doing this type of actions and procedures in a virtual environment is that the trainee not only visually experiences what is happening and how the process works, but he can also practice this several times with or without an instructor before he has to perform this on the plant. All of this can be done for new build plants as well as existing plants. So over here he's going to switch off the pump, and you'll see as he switches off the pump, since this is connected to a simulation, the pump needs to speed down first before the status visualization will show that the pump is shut down. You might notice that the buttons on the startup panel for the pump are not part of the original 3D model of the plant, but that they are typically props that were added in 3D PACT to enhance the training, because you don't always have everything in your original 3D model. You can see more on this in another video. The trainee will now isolate the valves, and you will notice that he will be able to do this from a distance. This can be altered so that the trainee should be in close proximity of equipment before he can perform actions on it. PACT has a lot of features to create an immersive experience for the user, including particle effects and a physics-aware environment to have him experience what to expect on the actual plant. The fact that PACT is physics-aware means that the model will react in a physically correct way, and everything that the trainee does will react correctly, as can be seen here when the trainee dismounts the flange and the pipe falls to the ground. Therefore, he needs to consider everything as he would on the plant while he performs an action, knowing that something bad can happen if he performs an action incorrectly. This video illustrated the execution of a training module that contains some typical tasks that an instructor can easily configure in any sequence in PACT to either tutor or evaluate trainees. Note that this was not a specific procedure, but just a collection of typical tasks to give an idea of what is possible. Thank you for watching.